Good evening, everyone. I'm Shelly Tyler. I am so excited to be joining you again today for day 2 of our challenge. We are in a 2-week challenge where we're going to really dive into all the different aspects of how to detoxify our mind, our bodies, and our spirits. If you haven't noticed, this 2 weeks is leading up to Easter. So when I say mind, body, and spirit, we're going to be really folding in some of these spiritual elements to it as we end on Good Friday. So I'm really, really excited about what is to come. Yesterday, we spoke very briefly about the phases of detoxification needed in our body and how not having proper detoxification of our mind and our body and our spirit can lead to non-optimal outcomes for our health. So I challenged you last night to really think about some of the things in your life that are causing toxicity. And specifically, we started with the toxicity of the heart and of the mind. So hopefully last night you got on your knees, you really asked the Lord, like, what is it inside me that is leaving a residue, that is causing toxicity in my heart and in my mind and in my spirit? Because that is where we have to start if we want to continue this process. So as you may know, we talked about the liver is kind of the key organ that we're talking about through all this because it has to constantly filter toxins from our food and our water and our environment. But it also plays a role in our digestive system and our gastrointestinal tract. So as you know, we're one body. We can't disconnect these different organs and these different pieces, and they all have to kind of work simultaneously together for us to have health. So what you eat and what goes in the stomach, what goes in the mouth, even if we want to start there, in the mouth, in the stomach, in the digestive tract, into the small intestine, the large intestine, it all has to be filtered so that we keep what we need and we detox what we don't need. There are those 2 key phases of liver detox pathway. Phase 1, I said, is preparing the toxins for removal. So it's like your prep time. And phase 2 is shuttling them out of the body. Both require certain nutrients to function optimally for them to be able to do their job. So that's why your gut function has to be optimal so that you're absorbing the right nutrients. And that's how it comes full circle. This is so important. In phase 1, oxidation happens. So like I talked about yesterday, we need certain vegetables like broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, that can help in this phase 1 stage. And this is why there are sulfur containing compounds like sulforaphane, and that supports these reactions. Other foods that you could add in are organic garlic, onion. Those are allies because they contain allicin and other flavonoid compounds that aid in phase 1 enzymes. And then during phase 2, we add antioxidants. I don't know if you've ever heard of glutathione, but it's one of the major antioxidants in our body. So we add molecules like glutathione to toxins so that we make them antioxidized and we make them water soluble so that we can now flush them out of our system. So today we're just going to talk about a lot of different foods that you can add in. So some of the ones I already mentioned that can help you with those phase 1 and 2. I am a huge tea fan. If you ever see me with a mug, it's because I have tea in it, and I love the healing properties that different teas can have. So here I have some Palo de Arco tea that is very helpful for detoxification. Milk thistle is a little more common, and it can help with phase 1 and 2. And It's because of the flavonoids that they actually have that cause an enzyme reaction during phase 1. And then in phase 2, that certain compound increases glutathione levels in the liver. And glutathione helps get those toxins ready for elimination. Milk thistle also just protects liver cells because flavonoids actually function as antioxidants and protect cell membranes from damage. So that's one. Dandelion is another one. Dandelion root. They also have compounds that support phase 1 and phase 2. Supporting that glutathione production is so important. Anytime I can recommend something that doesn't skip a step in the chain reaction of what's happening, that's what I want to recommend. For instance, you could take glutathione, or you could eat something that helps glutathione be produced. I would rather you start here, because if we can get your body to produce the antioxidant, to produce the thing that we're trying to achieve, then that's like getting to more of the root cause. You're actually stimulating the production of the thing that you're lacking. Now, there are some people genetically that cannot produce glutathione. They have deletions. That's why I run genetic testing, so that I know, like, can we start here, or do we need to actually supplement in glutathione, because your body's not going to make and convert it like other people. And that's where we get very specific. But I think starting with teas are just easy, helpful things to start with that can aid in phase 1 and 2, and also that liver protection. Other foods like avocados, nuts, seeds, legumes, those are high in amino acids that are building blocks. So cysteine, it's a building block for glutathione production. So again, when I am running a test on somebody and I'm trying to see what their amino acid levels are, then I know that if cysteine is struggling, then glutathione is struggling. So we want to try to eat things that are going to boost that glutathione production, because if you don't, you're going to struggle detoxifying all the stuff that we're trying to get out of your body, which means you're going to be inhibited in the things we're trying to rebuild. Avocados, nuts, seeds, legumes, berries, tomatoes, citrus fruits, they also are going to help recycle that glutathione. Adaptogenic mushrooms, they also help in that phase 2 specifically, making sure you have ample dietary fibers and lots of veggies and whole fruits. That nourishes the microbiome with that dietary fiber, and also aids in both detox phases. So as far as mushrooms go, it just really depends on how you want to get them in, but they can be very helpful to detoxification and to adrenal support. So I know about 3 p.m. I don't know if anybody else is that, but I kind of get this little slump in the day. Putting a little mushroom powder in a smoothie, putting it in yogurt, something like that is super helpful to give you just that natural adrenal lift. And it's an adaptogen, so it's not going to be this super unstable lift like caffeine. It's going to be very even lift there. So you could do something like that. And you know that when your body is sluggish and fatigued, we often think about the adrenals, but we also don't think about that your liver is sluggish and fatigued about that time too. You could also make teas. So steeping dried mushroom slivers or powder in hot water. You can make a mushroom tea. You can make soups or stews. You can make just roasted mushrooms. You can make some turkey meatballs and put some mushrooms in it, or put some of that powdered mushrooms. I use that 5 Defenders powdered mushrooms into the meatballs or the burger mixture. You could use mushroom extracts. There's a lot of different ways you can get it, even if you don't love the taste of mushrooms. But I'm just trying to give you some ideas, because if you don't know where to start for detoxification, you kind of have to learn what foods are going to give you the benefit of detoxification when you eat them. We don't want to just guess and be eating something that could be inhibiting that. I actually have a lot of common questions, not only about what I eat, but how much should I eat during the day. That's definitely a common question. With a detox, sometimes people automatically think about losing weight, like they want to detox and lose weight. It's good to think of that as a goal, but more so you need to focus on what you're eating and not necessarily how much you're eating during a detox. If we want to make sure we're looking at portion sizes, I would say like at least 1 palm. I would say 2 palms if you're active of protein, 1 to 2 like cups in your hand of vegetables, 1 to 2 thumbs of fat, and 1 to 2 palms of carbs, or cups of carbs. So if you want to think about it in that way, you have to kind of balance it out, but you don't want to overeat, but you want to be more focused on the properties in the food that are giving you that good outcome. And if you haven't heard me talk about this before, your mindset about how you're eating and what you're eating matters. So when you're eating something, if you believe it is helping you, you're like, thank you, Lord, for these mushrooms. They are helping me have a little bit of lift in my mood. They're helping me detoxify. That it actually improves that brain gut balance that you need. Because that's how we're wired. Our outlook definitely matters. If you're like, oh, I got to do this detox plan Shelly put together and it's just horrible and I hate it, how do you think your body and your brain are going to react? You can say, if you go out to eat with a friend, you could say, no, I can't eat that. Shelly won't let me eat that. And just be mad about it, which is going to impact your digestion and your mood overall. Or you could say, I'm not able to enjoy that right now, or I've chosen not to enjoy that right now just because I'm really excited about trying to get rid of some toxins in my body. Like there's so many different ways we can frame how we're looking at this. So more about what you're eating, not how much, and trying to have a positive mindset towards the foods that you're eating, and it can definitely change a lot. Another question I have a lot is, what if you have food sensitivities? Well, you have to listen to your body. There are good foods out there that people are going to have immune responses to, and that could be because you eat them too much. Like you're just having them too frequently, and so you cause an immune response if you have some gut dysbiosis or you have some permeability in your membrane. But you just don't add in those foods that could potentially aggravate you if they have in the past or they currently are. So you want to substitute foods that you're not sensitive to. You can still follow recipes. You just have to think outside the box and use food lists and make swaps. Literally, you could just Google, what can I substitute this ingredient for? And there will be a whole list that comes up. So don't feel like you're put in a box if you have food sensitivities right now. We definitely want to keep those out, especially during a detox, because you are going to be causing more inflammation and aggravation if you continue eating them. But the principles of a detox diet are to bring in antioxidants. So you can bring in a variety of foods. You can still eat some animal-based foods, but plants specifically provide more antioxidants overall. But you just want to focus on variety. Another question that I get is, what's a good strategy to fight food cravings? The cravings will come up. especially when you're doing something hard or you're trying to make your body make a huge change. You need to drink enough clear fluids to fight cravings. When we often think we're hungry, we're actually dehydrated. And sometimes we also need to distract our brain with something like water, or you could distract your brain with movement, like going on a simple walk or getting outside, getting some fresh air. So, those are definitely some common questions I have. A lot of people don't know where to start. Hopefully, that gives you a little bit of a starting point. If you want more, because I have people all the time, they're like, I just want you to tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. And that's why I'm here. That's how I work with like my one-on-one clients. Is it's like we take all the guesswork out. This is what we do. If you want more than just general information, I have put together a very affordable full detox meal plan. So it's giving you what you should eat within a week with a shopping plan. I've got some charts that you can put in your kitchen. I've got a recipe cookbook that I put together. I also included a medical symptoms questionnaire. And what this does, this is how I want you to view this. You get this detox food plan bundle and you're like, I'm going to do this. I want you to fill out your medical symptoms questionnaire. It asks you about every system in your body, gives you a score, you add it up, you kind of see what that score is. It won't mean much to you to start with, but you just kind of see what it is. You fill it out immediately, then you go shopping, you make a plan, you do the meal plan for 23 days. And during that 23 days, it gives your body a chance to reset. And being on that detox food plan during that time, it gives you a chance to reset. You're going to be able to fight through the cravings. You're going to be able to see some positive results that come out of it. And then after the 23 days, I want you to fill out that medical symptoms questionnaire again. Don't look at your first one, like tuck that away, fill it out again, and then bring out that first one and compare. And I want you to know what are the differences that you noted, and what systems of your body did you notice improvement? Was it less headaches? Was it fatigue? You're going to get immediate feedback for yourself and what systems of your body you noticed a change just from detoxifying. And hopefully, along the way over these 2 weeks, if you do that food plan and then you're actually going through all of these different areas that I've posted. I posted a schedule for you guys so you know what's coming, all the learning that's coming, talking about light detoxification. Tomorrow we're going to talk about that, and EMS, and talking about parasites and mold and all these things. If you're getting all that learning in and you're healing your gut from the inside, it can be a very powerful starting point for people that need a little extra support, want to stop searching the internet for lots of random advice and try to get some direction for what your body needs to do from here on out. So I've put together that bundle for you guys. I put together a couple bundles as far as supplementation goes. If you're struggling with your gut specifically, if you're struggling with weight loss specifically, I've put together a couple bundles kind of in if you're more of a pear-shaped body or an apple-shaped body. Those kind of tell us a little different story about your metabolism. And so I've put together a few recommendations there as well that I'll be sharing with you guys that can help you get out the bad stuff, rebuild the good stuff in your gut, and that helps support the liver to give it the best chance possible. And that's what we want, is just that optimal wellness, giving your liver the best chance possible so that you can live in this toxic world without being overwhelmed by the toxicity. So I'll make sure to put everything in the link in my bios or in the comments so that you guys can access everything if you really want to dive deeper. If you don't want to go that route, you're just here to learn, that is totally okay. I enjoy being able to share knowledge and information from a science-based and Bible-backed viewpoint. So over the next 2 weeks, you're going to learn a ton of information, and hopefully you'll be able to implement some of those lifestyle changes. So, like I said, go in, look at the schedule. I'm going to post a lot of information for you guys if you want a deeper dive, and I will be very excited to be joining you again tomorrow night. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.